Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117 here bringing another COH2 replay. This one is brought to you by Skip Now Forever Holds Your Peace. Aerotron. Yes, this. In any case, we also have a mail kit. Pilinho? Not Pilinto, there's no T. Oh god, Mazarbul. Then we have Begun, USSR, the Hurt Locker, and Fritz. Why does everyone on this team have like, yeah, it's pronounceable names, but the other team's like, what the fuck is this? Pilino? It's like, god dang it. Alright. So as you can see, we have an all-American team, which actually looks like they have advantage on play time. Once again, that doesn't equal skill. That just means they've played this game a lot or kept the game running for quite a long time. Let's see. Right now we're on Lord's Assault, which is an interesting game map because of the 5 stars, which usually either goes for very short games because usually someone will take control of all of them very quickly, or very elongated, very just monotonous games where it just keeps going and going and going. Hopefully not the former. Sorry, not the latter. Hopefully it's the former. But in any case, let's see. We have an MG. Moving on up. Interesting. The reason I say this is also because, again, we have an MG here and MG here. So, 3 MGs all in a row. So, that's going to be very hard for the Americans to push through. They do have possibility of smoke if they get the grenade. But, again, I feel like with so many MGs, it's going to be very difficult. Which, again, right now they have, what, 3 Vermont and 1 OKW. So, right now, the Germans should be in a pretty good defensive position and should be able to hold back the Allied advance and should control most of this area. Now, in the north is the OKW, and actually he should have a decent time with the Americans, because once again, as long as he can get from building to building, the Stern Pioneers can go toe-to-toe with Riflemen. Same thing with Volk Squads. And if they ambush the American infantry, that would be even better. But right now they're going really far north, which not a lot. There's cover, but the long range Americans own, so that's my only concern. Okay, so we got Priest, we got Pershing, so it looks like we got, again, artillery, we got heavier infantry and armor, and plus smoke. Never forget the smoke. That smoke is awesome. It looks like we have a bunch of rear echelon. Wow, okay, he's just going rear echelon. Okay. Surprised to see how this is going to go with that. American infantry pushing on up. Oh, and remember, guys, make sure you send in your replays. The game literally just had an update. I have no idea what they changed, but it just updated. So if you want to submit a replay that just came out, make sure you do so, because right now I am in need of some good replays. Stern Pioneer spam coming in, and looks like the American infantry are all hiding in the building. Luckily, just like a zombie apocalypse, they have enough defensive cover. They should be just fine holding back those Stern Pioneers. Now, they are doing a good job of coming in by this quarter. Makes it a little bit harder. There is about 2 guys opening fire. But overall, looks like nice job get to the other building. And with that, they should be able to push back that Stern Pioneer squad. Maybe even kill it. Yep, there it goes. Nice kill. And this Stern Pioneer squad doesn't have enough firepower to deal with it. So, yeah, they're going to be pushed back. Plus, we got additional American infantry coming up. So, mail kit, nice job up north. And good plays. Good plays all around. Inside the building. Yep. Back inside. Should be able to fight for it. One thing I do wish is I wish you could have a unit attack inside of a building. Again, it's something I'm just like, wait, why isn't there like a infiltration class or something like that where it's like they literally can fight their way in buildings, kind of like clearing them, because urban combat was something in World War II that they did quite a bit in the more denser cities. Again, you have the Soviet areas like Stalingrad and whatnot, and then you have again, French cities on the western front that they could obviously do. Down south, however, looks like it's all quiet. We have Mazar, I guess I'll call him by that. Actually doing a decent job. I'm looking over here. He put some cover down. I'm assuming he might place some mines or maybe a fighting position. But it might be... Oh, no, we have Grenadiers on standby. So it looks like he might be trying to go up and around. Did you block it off or something? Oh, yeah, you did. You have barbed wire here. Okay, yeah, you blocked it off. Which is astounding how you are going all the way around instead of just going up to that line and breaking it down. But that's just me. So it looks like the Axis are doing a good job capturing mid. But the Allies have, like, the outer flanks. So we'll see how well that goes. A nice, like, 3 layers deep of MGs, which makes you feel... it goes back to the good old days of World War I. I'm just like, oh, we got past 1 MG. You have 10 more, son. Good luck. But, unfortunately, even with all the smoke, you're having issues. Now, nice job with the fighting position. I like this because it's firing grenades to help break up some of those MGs. And, of course, the normal MG, which I actually don't think it's even firing because of the weird, like, you can see the bush here. It's kind of, like, blocking the view of it. So it's making it difficult for the MG to hit anything in this area. But it can hit over here. So it's probably going to fire. Nope. Oh, yeah, well, okay. Fire at the guys retreating. Let's see what everyone else went. We got another Pershing. Once again, I don't like going the same thing. But with the Americans, there's so few doctrines, I can kind of understand it more. If you're the Soviet or the Wehrmacht, it's like, goddamn. There's like at least 24 commanders, if not more, that you can pick from. It's like there's so many. But then, of course, it's like, on the flip side, with the OKW and the Americans and the British, there's what? Between 8 to 10, depending. There isn't a ton, so I could see why having a higher likelihood. With the other, like the German one specifically, and the Wehrmacht or the Soviet, I'm just like, guys, really? Pick the same one? Speaking of which, we still have a lot of echelons, and it looks like we have a lieutenant over here. We have, let's see, what'd you pick? Yeah, we're still a lieutenant. Okay. Oh, flamethrower units, you know what that means? Burst from doctrine. So we got flamethrowers, which should help burn enemy forces out of buildings. Double flamethrower is pretty damn powerful for doing that exact thing. Nice job getting the building. They threw most of their grenades, but oh wow, nice kill. I'm assuming they might throw one more. Oh wait, they don't have munitions for it. Wow. I was gonna say, these guys are doing pretty good, except for the fact you didn't retreat the one that was so low health. Anyway, looks like you have more than enough manpower to kind of come back. USSR, let's see. You have this vesting support, so nice artillery-focused doctrine. And, okay, like I said, no excuse. No freaking excuse. So right now the Americans are forcing themselves back, forcing the Axis back. Axis, again, even with all their defenses, unfortunately, just being mortared. Pretty damn hard. Again, we have mortar half-tracks and one not opening fire, so that's definitely helping push the enemy back along with the normal mortar teams. Not great, but they're okay. They're not, like I said, they're okay. They used to be, they got changed, and now they're not as prevalent, but still they're okay. That's the best way to describe it. Half-track coming in, I'm assuming from the south, which looks like they're double teaming to secure. Not a bad idea, because again, if you grab the extra star, the Germans would be winning. Flamethrower unit coming on the side, trying to burn down the fighting position, and with the open flames still right there, most likely that fighting position will burn to death. And boom, there it goes, which will allow the MG to no longer be there. But the problem is also they already have an MG and American infantry already there and on standby, so I honestly don't know how much that's gonna... Oh, wow. Man, that was a good attempt at escaping the blast, but I don't think it really worked out for you. Anyway, meanwhile, nice AT grenade from the American infantry. Again, watch out for vet 1 infantry. If they're not vetted, kill them. But if they have a star, stay away from them, because again, they have that grenade. So it looks like up north, we have a flank going on. Looks like they're actually doing a pretty damn good job. They're pushing so far up that they're hitting or getting close to the mechanized building, which is taking some damage. We do have a Lukes, which is a problem because none of them, well, I was going to say almost none, had a bazooka. But nope, the lieutenant, they upgraded with a bazooka. So if they can kill that bazooka and stay back from the AT grenades, they should be relatively fine. Looks like the American infantry on full retreat, which should allow this guy, if he's smart, to go capture a bunch of... He should really honestly spread out his men. One capture this, another heal the Lukes and get that operational as soon as possible. Let's see. Aerotron, you got... Oh boy, you got Ace's favorite doctrine. Or he quickly healed that, I guess. Anyway, recon support because he loves the cluster bombs. And the Greyhound's okay. He somewhat enjoys using that against the enemy. And then his other favorites are Pathfinders for calling in direct strikes. Because, oh boy, that artillery is pretty damn powerful from it. AT gun moving on up. No real recon or support. I get what they're trying to do, hit these half-tracks. Because, oh god, you're spamming them. But that being said, without recon, it's not going to work. Luke. Let's see. Yeah, without the Lukes, which is still... Wait, hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. With the Luke still in play, it would be smart for the Steward to maybe go after it. I know he's just keeping it in mid, nice mine. But still, it's just like... Wow, rear echelon grabs the Panzer track. That sucks. With the MG, well, hold on. That's 50 cal. And MG42. Yep, stolen. That's what happens when you use so many MGs. Anyway, it looks like the Luke's just going ahead and just taking over most of this territory. Destroying a lot of the cover and the fences so they can easily walk in. This guy is reinforcing, and my assumption would be, yep, he's getting AT. He needs to get AT as soon as possible to kind of counteract, and with that, he gets captain with a bazooka team. So he should be okay against the Lukes. I wouldn't say amazing, but he has 3 different units of AT. He should be at least holding them back. Down south, though, we can see that definitely these guys have this area under their control, and they should be pretty fine for locking this area down. We'll see how it goes. Grenadiers on standby. Looks like opening fire on a bunch of... Well, opening fire on the captain. Captain, you may want to retreat. Captain. Captain! There we go. God damn, the mortar half-track spam. And no pioneers coming up to heal it. Like, seriously, where are your pioneers? Oh, okay, there's one. Hey, dude, maybe go heal your allies' unit. Because they could use it. I'm assuming you're upgrading to a Battle Phase 2 in this building. Yep, there we go, Battle Phase 2. I was right! For once in my life, I was right! Anyway, so most likely he's trying to get some medium armor. Because right now the Germans are barely holding off the Allies in a lot of key sectors. So they just need that extra firepower. And looks like he is trying to go with the Stuka. Unfortunately, he doesn't exactly have a... Oh my god. What the fuck is this? Don't worry, guys. All-American squad for you. Ready to go. I can't wait for the Stuka to come down and just blow them to Kingdom Come. Jesus Christ. No, okay. Stuka works. Because if he's blobbing like this, one Stuka bomb, a good Stuka bomb, everything dies. It's just everything's dead. Everything's dead. Oh, Stuka, you have no idea how good of a target you could have. Anyway. So it looks like American forces hiding in the cemetery. Okay, maybe not the best location. Mortar half track still there, but again, still in disrepair. Jesus Christ, you have 4 of the suckers? Okay, so the Americans might be pushed back now. We have as well an airdrop coming in, so again, AT guns, MGs, and some support stuff. Not bad. Oh wait, sorry, right, they don't have an MG, they have the paratrooper support squad now. Alright, so it dropped down. And looks like we have the AT gun. You gonna take it over? Or not? Stuka firing. Is he gonna be here? Wow. You failed with that Stuka, because man oh man was there a better target. So yeah, it looks like the AT gun is opening fire. Oh, no, we have a Greyhound. This pack gun opened fire on the sorry, the utility car, my apologies, not Greyhound. A Greyhound could take a few more shots. Utility car, unless you get the upgrade. Nah, not really. The Greyhound looks way different than the utility car. I'm just that senile right now. It's great. It's what happens when you, wow, all the mortars come down. It's like, fire all mortars! On what, sir? Their mortar? Their support weaponry? No, that tank. Sir, I don't think that's gonna work. Fire all mortars! You heard the man. Fire the mortars. This is not gonna work. And it did a little bit, but it would take a lot of mortars. A lot of mortars to really cripple that tank. A nice idea with this thing, try to go down this way. It's just too small of a gap for them. But that being said, might be able to get a shot in. There we go. Unfortunately, pack gun is on standby. Actually, double pack. So, alas, it wasn't a good trade. The Allies lost more. But that being said, they still have a ton of manpower stored up, so they should be relatively fine. Oh, hello. Luke's, unfortunately, looks like it's going to be taken out by the AT gun. Or the mortar? Did the... Okay. Or the mortar. Sure. Why not? Smoke dropped down from the... Hold on, let's figure this one out. Yep, smoke bombs from the Hurt Locker, so we can move on in. We have a Sherman coming on in, but so far the Axis have no... Oh, they have a Stug being made. What else do you have? Nothing. Good. Alright. Can they kill the AT gun? Can you... Alright, you got the AT gun killed. Fortunately, with the enemy mortars coming down, it seems like you guys are having some issues. Additional smoke, I assume? Wow, Stuka could have done a little better. Got a couple kills, but once again, for Stuka, I expect a lot more. I have a high bar for Stukas. I've seen Stukas get a ton of kills and take out entire armies. So yes, my quota for Stuka's recognition is pretty damn high. And so far, you're not even reaching in the top 60%. So there you go. Actually, probably not in the top 75 to be completely honest. Yeah, I'll actually probably top 80 with the last 2 bombs. We'll see if that changes. This guy's going danger freaking close with his mortar half-tracks. Oh, and that's not even considering the fact that USSR has mortar half-tracks, which is that one. Fortunately, it did perish, but you still have 4 mobile mortars just hammering mid, which is probably why the Americans are having so much trouble with support weapons and stuff like here, because they just keep losing men. Unfortunately, though, up north, a lot of guys with bazooka teams opening fire and seem to be neutralizing that mechanized headquarters, which this guy should really be focusing on. You have so much manpower at your disposal. You have so much manpower. You could get a huge army and neutralize them. And I'm being 100% honest. You could easily get 5 additional Volk squads. And think about that. 5 Volk squads, you could literally walk up and just fire, and you could give the Americans run for their money. But with that being destroyed, you have no buildings now, so we'll see how things go. Right now, the northern flank is kind of open, and that's going to be a big concern. Down south, though, we can see here that Fritz is locking it down. Looks like the Americans tried to push on up, but didn't work with a minefield. We have an MG on station, a bunch of other stuff. Looks like something. Rangers got around and looks like tried to flank, but did not work as well as he might have thought. That being said, looks like the Americans have most of the front. The Axis, though, still in control of the castle and the southern point, which is allowing them to not bleed out immensely, but they're holding in just barely. They're trying to kill that Grenadier squad, but looks like they're unfortunately not going to be able to. Mortar team still opening fire, holding his position. We have the Stuka coming down once again, and where's it going to hit this time? Okay, that was a good hit. That wasn't bad. It knocked out his 4-weapon and hurt the mortar. Sorry, not the mortar, the captain. But the mortars seem to have been the real thing that have been like, yeah, let's push them back. So let's see, we have guys on standby. Now, again, I'm very curious why he's basically going irrational on. Again, right now he seems to be doing well with them, but I guess he's using them as more defensive. Infantry just kind of holding spots already under their control, or moving from heavy cover to heavy cover position, because I don't think that if he goes out in the middle of open with those things that they're going to work at all. Sherman just busting on through, but they still have enough pack guns that it's probably going to die. Yeah, there it goes. Second Sherman moving on in. The American plan. They blow up one of our tanks, we'll just send another one. Good old American economy. Yeah. That's the problem with war. It's just, unfortunately, if there is a heated conflict, it's a lot of factors come into play. It's like supporting your civilian population, manufacturing, army, stuff like that. But the one thing that Germans could never do was hurt the American economy in terms of its manufacturing and its just industrial prowess. So with that said, unfortunately, the Allies started heavy bombing in late 42, like to the end of the war. It wasn't always successful. They had to revamp their fighter programs quite a bit. Oh, that was a nice grenade. A nice attempt at pushing north, but oh my god, just getting wrecked. Hurt Locker, I am sorry. This guy is kind of a... Oh my god, now he's just getting all of Sudan. Is this his plan? Just all over Sudan? Okay. I mean, that's not a terrible idea until you come up with the idea that he has this much infantry and a bunch of very high-powered units are going to be, yeah, decent, but once again, you're going to really have to play a good, mean game of defensive, like, hardcover gameplay with a lot of firepower hitting them if you expect to beat all this. Because they're all vetted and equipped. The bazooka team upgrade might be the biggest counter to that, but overall, they should be relatively fine. Sadan pushing on up, being destroyed. And nice bundle grenade. And beautiful Stuka. And the mine destroyed it. Wow. That was really freaking lucky. But hey, it did exactly what it needed to. It blew up his army. So, good job. Good job. Oh. And let's see. It looks like we have 3 guys at least down here. Prepping assault. We have a... Oh, God. He ran over the minefield. This engine's... Well, never mind. He's good. Hey, dude, I would retreat if I were you because you have no idea how much fuck you're about to receive if you stay in that area. Or let me rephrase that. How many different types of getting fucked you're about to receive. Because, Jesus Christ, they have a large army backed up by another large army heading right towards you. And while I like the Ostwind, it can't hold that. I also, just really quickly, I want to also thank I just want to thank Dinesh Ramjatan for helping support the idea, and also everyone in the stream for supporting the idea of B4 if you don't know, it's a anime girl that it wears a B4 artillery piece and is now going to hopefully be the one of the main I don't want to say promotional figures, but pretty much just the main point of Company of Heroes 2. Once I have the design finished and everything, I will put it up, but it is being made as we speak, so I'm very, very excited for that. But, yeah, B4 is currently in development. I just wanted to bring that up during this replay, because a lot of people were very excited in that stream for B4 so I figure I'd give her due credit. I can't wait for this to end up badly. Either this detachment is going to die, or they're going to have the best comeback ever. Jesus Christ, look at that blob. Look at that blob. Throw a grenade, please. Just one grenade. That's all I want. Aw, damn it. Throw a grenade here. One grenade. This guy is less likely to retreat because he sucks. Come on. There we go. Okay, no, actually, that was a pretty good one. Got a couple different units in there. I love the Jackson moving in. Because just like, yeah, of course it can't do anything. It's just going to take the fire. They saw the 50 cal right there, which looks like they're pulling back as well. Wow, they're pulling back really far. Man, you made it. You drove them back a whole 30 feet. Congratulations. I'm kidding. It's more of 100, but still. It's not very far. Yeah, the Axis are pushing, but they're taking a lot of casualties. Stuka Bomb looks like it got some of the support weapons, so not bad. Up to a star now and 21 kills. Pretty good. Not amazing, but good. Just like Pacific Rim Uprising. It's good. It's not as great and fantastic as the original Pacific Rim, but that being said, it's okay. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's not a Transformers film. It's not. Let's see. Anyway, it looks like they're being killed off. Oh, nope. Ambulance is gone. Looks like they're going to have to try to push up and take the territory back by themselves. Though, it looks like the flamethrower unit was knocked down. They can recapture this mortar. So, not all losses. You can also recap this AT gun. Most likely, they're going to get themselves a new ambulance and move that sucker up as soon as they have enough manpower for it. In mid, we have a Panther on standby and just one mortar half-track. Looks like he lost all of his mortar half-tracks. Fritz has yet to pick anything, which is a bit weird. You figure he would pick something to help defend down here. There's actually just, yeah, law fighting positions, AT. Looks like he's trying to fortify down here, which could be a big issue. And unfortunately, even though they lost the south, they did recapture the north, but I don't know how long they're going to be able to hold that. They do have a star, but once again, They don't have the other stars, so right now the Axis are still slowly being drained of their resources and the objective points. So, not amazing. Right now, looks like the Axis might be able to, especially with the capture of mid, if they can take that, that'll be a huge bonus for them. And yep, we'll give them advantage in munitions, but fuel, it's quite even. Looks like the Allies and well, no, sorry, the Nope, I'm wrong. Both sides put down some caches, which is good. Oh, look at the cluster bomb just annihilated that poor Grenadier squad. Oh my god, that poor son of a bitch. Meanwhile, army size Fritz and everybody. Oh boy, I'm not looking at a huge army right now. I'm looking at a mid-50s army for the Axis, and easily probably a 70 army for the Allies, if not like high 60s. So it is not as disparaging as it could be. Oh man, Stuka, you just a little farther back. Just a little farther back, and you could have done so much more damage. But still, the Axis need to be a little bit more conservative with their losses, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Oh, okay, nice kill. Meanwhile, again, we still got these Shermans, and they've been pumping them out pretty well. We do have the Panther right there, which is very hard for a Sherman to neutralize, but I think they have the Jackson. Yep, they have a couple Jacksons on standby over here to really push that thing back. So as long as they can kind of keep that edge, they should be able to hold back a lot of the heavier armor. And right now, they haven't picked a Doctrine or anything that has, like, super heavy armor, like an Elephant, that can just, like, obliterate a lot of allied armor, which is probably the biggest criticism I can give this game, is if you're versing an all-American team, Elephant might be the way to go, because you can easily pop shot Jacksons and Shermans. But that's my thing. It's just like, the Jackson and the Sherman are like the two predominant allied vehicles. I know the mortar carriage is like, oh, people can enjoy it and it can do well, but it's not frontline battle tank. I mean, they have to worry about the Pershing, which I'm assuming the Axis will deploy. The Allies will deploy shortly.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
But looks like, in all accounts, they're not really doing that. Oh god, the Blob's back. The Blob is back in town. Yeah, and that's what happens when you blob. One mortar takes out half your blob. Good job, guys. Good job. Panzer Strike's opening fire. Might be able to knock out that Sherman if one more hit. And not the case. Howitzer doing a great job of holding them back. I'm assuming that's the, let's see, the Priest light artillery, or not really light artillery, but time on target artillery. Oh, hold on. No, the cluster bombs. Interesting. Oh, I almost forgot. If you're wondering why I'm just a little bit, like, out of it, it's just I've been running errands all day, and I'm like, oh, that'll do a replay. I have enough energy. And it's like, oh, God, no. Anyway, let's see. Yep, Allies just pushing forward. They have an MG here, but they don't have any AT to support it. And right now, I just see a ton of Allied vehicles moving on in. And the Germans really don't have that. Like, they have a decent Stuka. That's nice. They have, okay, they're getting another Panther, which could work. But right now, this guy's getting Stukas. That's it. I see Allies on all fronts getting a ton of armor and doing very well for themselves. Teller mines down here would have been a good idea to stop flanks, because, again, on the roads, they're going to go it. So, most likely, a Teller mine would cripple the armor, and you could easily kill it or take it. But right now, the Allies are just pumping out way too much armor. And it's just going to overwhelm the Axis forces. Panther pushing on up, but once again, the Jacksons are on standby, going to push it back. Yeah, you have a high, I mean, unfortunately with the Panther, it will bounce, but if you have two Jacksons, or if not more armored units, especially on the side, it doesn't matter how good the Jackson is or how vetted it is, eventually it'll crack and eventually it'll be pushed back. Smoke possibly be? Yep, smoke being deployed. Alright, not terrible, not a bad idea. Also, AT gun is on standby. Stuka opening fire. Come on, get a good hit. No whammies, no way. No. Hit over here. Maybe it knocked out the 50 cal. But right here would have been so much better. Like I said, I feel like the Axis needed recon, because that would have helped them with the Stuka bombing. So like this guy should have went Jaeger armor, because I'm looking here. It's like, yes, spawning scopes would help with recon, along with the reconnaissance flight. The Stuka bomb would have helped for neutralizing the blobs, and the elephant would have helped for neutralizing a lot of their heavy armor. Guys on mid trying to launch a large assault. Panther still on standby. Actually, Panther is being backed up by a Stu. Unfortunately, we do have 2 Jacksons and an AT gun, so I feel like this charge is not going to end very well. Because again, the Germans are launching an assault, but they don't have the backbone. Plus, it looks like up north, you have a flank coming in from, yeah, Malkit. And he's just coming on in and just pushing them back. Down south, we have another huge assault. And I will give credit where credit's due. Hurt Locker is coming in from multiple different angles and trying very desperately for those big pushes. Looks like we have smoke coming in on multiple angles so they can continue their push. Nice. Although it looks like we have a cluster bomb coming in. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Well, there goes his army. Hurt Locker just got hurt. Oh, so many Germans. They tried so much. All their AT forces got destroyed around the corner. He finally got a king, but once again, I don't think it's going to do all that much against that. Again, a king is fine, but you need to support it, and so far during this entire game, Begun has not supported his armor all that well. So, there's that. MG on standby. King Tiger just trying to hold. Was that time on target that was attempting to hit them on retreat? If so, nice attempt. Armor coming in from all directions. King Tiger trying to hold out. But alas, just having some difficulty with the retreating Jackson just constantly firing on it. Looks like yeah, I was just gonna say, looks like the Allies lost something somewhere. Oh, okay, they lost the Jackson up here, but I think maybe from a mine? Because I thought it had more health. Maybe the King got a nice shot on it? Oh, okay, King got a nice shot. Congrats. I'm actually surprised on that. Well, best of luck, because now they have a Pershing as well, so the Allies have a heavy tank. Of course, you can't see it, but I'm doing the quotation marks with my fingers. Just like, heavy tank, like, yeah, right. Yeah, sure, it is designed a heavy tank, but if you have a Tiger, it could easily kill a Pershing. It's not the heavy tank you think of. But that being said, it is powerful, and if it leads the charge, it can definitely take the hits and dish out damage. And if this is all the Axis armor, well, the Allied armor came in right now, they'd be pretty much screwed. Down south, it looks like this guy is trying to hold, but alas, just not working. And that front has broken. Looks like the Axis have lost all their respective points. So what did the Axis mess up on? Well, I feel like they did a good job at like doing these like flanking attacks and retaking a side. And they initially had enough mortar coverage that they were holding mid pretty well. The problem was armor. They didn't get the armor quick enough to really counteract the Allied armor. And then secondly, on pure infantry combat, they didn't do a great job. The mortar teams were fine. They would blob. But the American forces did a better job at making sure their blobs survived, more so than the German blobs, which unfortunately just perished, like the cluster bomb down south or being picked off up north. Retreating was a big issue for this guy and kind of just holding back, who just gave up. Nice attempt with Hurt Locker going in multiple angles with his forces, try to open up any sort of front anywhere he could. Alas, it just did not work. Pershing just trying to get a couple hits somewhere, but even with a knocked out Sherman, I don't think that thing is really in trouble. Fritz also, I feel like, could have picked something, and I think that would have probably helped. Like, once again, recon played an important part. They smoked, and that's fine. But I feel like they needed something to help cover against that armor. Like an elephant would have been really, really good. The Stuka bombs, I feel like, once again, could have been used a little better. He did get 32 kills. I'm not going to denounce that. He has gone 32 kills with it, which is pretty good. But that being said, unfortunately, the Americans just had way more just in reserves and manpower. And right now, they're all near pop cap. Like, they're all, what, 3/4 of an army or higher? Okay, except for Mazar. Give him a second. He has enough manpower. He can easily change that. I think they're trying to take back the north, but... Wow, Stuka... I'm sorry, not Stuka. What was that? No, it wasn't Stuka. It was a rocket barrage. Kind of missed the target quite a bit. King Tiger trying to lead the charge, but alas, there's going to be too much allied armor here, and I feel like the Axes are going to just pay for it. There's just too many Jacksons and Pershings. They did lose one, but the Germans also lost another. Oh, Panthers coming in up north. But they're focusing on the Pershing, and that thing can bounce medium shots, so not the best placement for your shots. There it goes. And with all that said, Pershings can push on in, but it's not Pershing, sorry. Like Panthers can push on in, but it's just not gonna work. There's just too much armor. And again, if you had pack guns or something, there we go. There's your pack gun. Maybe that would assist, but alas, you just didn't have a lot of support guns, and they surrender. But yeah, overall, Americans did a really good job at counteracting mid and holding. And then down south and whatnot, I feel like instead of advancing all the way, they should have locked it down, waited for the Allies to strike, and then tried to do pincer movements from behind. The Allies did that quite a few times, like up north and down south. They did send their stuff, trying to bash around the Axis. And I feel like that was somewhat effective. They knocked out a half track up north and pushed the Germans back until the point where they really collapsed, and the other guy had to move from his front, which kind of collapsed mid. So I guess that was a successful, and same thing down south. So overall, not too bad. We look at the Allies, and we can see here that, let's see, oh god, Pill, or Jill, or whatever the heck you say, however you say this name, Philin, has gotten most damage, and most kills, though, goes to Malkit, and I can see that. Again, up north, he pretty much destroyed this red guy, and it's just like, oh god. Yeah, so B-Gun, maybe not the best. He did get quite a number of kills, but best in terms of damage was the USSR with his Panthers, because again, he did pretty damn well with those. At least he didn't have them die. But that being said, Hurt Locker and them, while they did have these huge blobs, Hurt Locker paid in blood for having that giant blob. Oh boy. And most kills goes to Fritz, who did okay. Not amazing, but he did fine. Like I said, I feel like Fritz, you should have picked something, and really stuck with it. Like, really should have picked a Doctrine. A Pack 43 might have been helpful, kind of holding the enemy back or something along those lines. I know they could always done artillery. God damn it. Of course, Bug Splat. But in any case, guys, it's going to be it. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you all next time. Hello everyone, and before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Joey, Ace, Lobo, Leo, Nick, and Tim. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys rock and help me do what I do. So thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.